Hello students, welcome to Sri Jain Rank Zone. So basically in the last lecture we have discussed about the even elimination reaction. So in the last lecture we have discussed about the even elimination reaction. So basically we have discussed about the even elimination reaction. In even elimination reaction, basically this even reaction is a two-step reaction. This even reaction is basically two-step reaction, and the first step of even elimination reaction is RDS. In RDS there is formation of carbocation, and also the rate of even reaction also the rate of even reaction is directly proportional to the stability of carbocation is directly proportional to the stability of carbocation. And we have discussed questions also related to this. Now you can easily see we have discussed also about the Sitzeff rule in the last lecture. We have also discussed about Sitzeff rule in the last lecture. So these points we have discussed about even reaction. Now we are going to discuss about E2 reaction. So we are going to discuss about E2 reaction. What is basically E2 reaction? So E2 is basically one step reaction. E2 is one step reaction. We can also say E2 is a single step reaction. E2 is a single step reaction. And we can also say according to rate law, according to rate law, the rate of E2 reaction will depends on the concentration of substrate, will depends on the concentration of substrate raised to the power 1, and also it depends on the concentration of base also. It depends on the concentration of base also. When we see the order of the reaction, what is the order of reaction? With respect to base, order is 1. With respect to substrate, order is 1. So 1 plus 1 is basically 2. So order of reaction is 2. and also molecularity, of reaction is also 2. So molecularity of reaction is also 2. And see next point. Note this point. The rate of E2 reaction, the rate of E2 reaction is inversely proportional to steric hindrance. Inversely proportional to steric hindrance. So the rate of E2 reaction is inversely proportional to steric hindrance. If more steric hindrance means less rate of E2 reaction, less rate of E2 reaction. So this is basically the important points regarding E2 reaction. Please remember. Now see, the major product of E2, major product of E2 reaction is obtained by both Sitzeff rule as well as Hoffman rule. So E2, major product of E2 is obtained, major product of E2 is obtained by Sitzeff rule. Major product of E2 is obtained by Sitzeff rule and Hoffman rule and Hoffman rule. So major product of E2 reactions is obtained by both rule, Sitzeff rule and also by Hoffman rule. And also E2 is basically anti-elimination reaction. E2 is anti E2 is anti-elimination reaction. E2 is an anti-elimination reaction. So this is basically a anti-elimination reaction. Now see, so these are basically the reactions, and always remember strong bases always favors strong bases always favors E1 and E2 reaction. Strong bases always favor E1 and E2 reaction, while weak bases prefer always SN1 and SN2 reaction. So strong base favors E1 and E2 reaction, while the weak base favors SN1 and SN2 reaction. And also, if there is a bulky base, if there is a bulky base, if there is a bulky base, then what happens? So basically, in case of bulky base, like for example, tertiary butoxide. So tertiary butoxide is basically a bulky base. You can say tertiary butoxide. You can also see TBuO negative. This is tertiary butoxide, which is a bulky base. So in case of bulky base, also it follow E2 reaction. Then again, E2 reaction will followed. So these are the criterias. Now see, I'm going to discuss the questions based on this. See, what are the questions based on this? Now the question is, if a compound is given like this, the compound is given CH3, CH2, CH, Cl and CS3, and we are going to do the beta elimination reaction. So we are doing beta elimination reaction. We are doing beta elimination reaction. Now see, this is basically the leaving group. The functional group attached with the carbon, we call this carbon as alpha carbon, and the carbon next to alpha carbon is beta carbon. So this is beta carbon, and also this is beta carbon. Now remove remove halogen from alpha carbon, and remove hydrogen from beta carbon, and form double bond between alpha and beta carbon, So how many possibilities are there? If you remove halogen from this carbon and hydrogen from this carbon, then double bond form between alpha and beta. If you remove halogen from this carbon, hydrogen from this carbon, then double bond is formed between alpha and beta carbon. So two possibilities are there. So one of the possibilities is when alpha and beta forms pi bond between these two carbon atom, one of the product is this one. Now see another product. When we remove halogen from this carbon atom and hydrogen from this carbon atom, so another product obtained is CH3, CH2, CH double bond CH2. Now basically, according to Sitzeff rule, we will see the number of hydrogen atoms across double bond. So across double bond, there is only two hydrogen atoms. So across double bond, two hydrogen atoms are there. While in this case, across double bond, three hydrogen atoms are there. And according to Sitzeff rule, most stable alkene is formed by beta elimination. So according to Sitjev rule. So what Sitjev rule says? Less number of hydrogen atoms, less number of hydrogen atoms across double bond, less number of hydrogen atoms across double bond will be major product, will be major product. Now you can easily say this is basically the major product and this is basically the minor product. Now so this is more stable alkene, this is more stable alkene. So more stable alkene is basically Sitjev product. More stable alkene is Sitjev product, while less stable alkene, which is this one, less stable alkene, which is this one. So less stable alkene is Hoffman product. Less stable alkene is Hoffman product. So more stable is Sitjev product and less stable alkene is Hoffman product. Please remember this. Now see another question related to this. Another question related to the elimination reaction. Next question related to elimination reaction. Basically, when leaving group is weak, 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 like when leaving group is weak, like fluorine, like fluorine, like plus Nr3, like fluorine plus Nr3, and like plus Sr2, plus Sr2. So these are basically weak leaving groups. These are basically weak leaving groups. So in this case, see what happens. In all these cases, when leaving group is weak, when leaving group is weak, Hoffman product will be the major product. Hoffman product is major product in these cases. Hoffman product is major product in all these cases. For example, question is CH3, CH2, CH, fluorine, and this is CH3. This compound is given, and in this case, the reagent given is alcoholic KOH. The reagent given is alcoholic KOH. So which mechanism will follow? E2 mechanism will follow. This is function group, which is halogen. This is alpha carbon. This is beta carbon, and this is also beta carbon. Now remove halogen from alpha carbon. Remove X from alpha carbon. So remove X from alpha carbon and remove hydrogen, and remove hydrogen from beta carbon and form double bond between alpha and beta carbon. Now see, when we remove halogen from this alpha carbon and hydrogen from this beta carbon, so double bond form between alpha and beta. When we remove halogen from alpha carbon and hydrogen from beta carbon, so two possibilities of products are there. One is CH3, CH, double bond CH and CH3. Another possibility is CH3, CH2, CH, double bond CH2. Now you can see less number of hydrogen atoms across double bond will be major product according to Sitjeff. So this is basically the Sitjeff product. While more number of hydrogen atoms across double bond, more number of hydrogen atoms across double bond will be the Hoffman product, will be the Hoffman product. And you can also say this mechanism as even CB mechanism. What is even CB mechanism? Elimination via conjugate base. So this mechanism you can also say even CB mechanism, even CB mechanism. What is even CB mechanism? Elimination via conjugate base, elimination via conjugate base, elimination via conjugate base. So more number of hydrogen atoms across double bond will be the Hoffman product. And we have already studied when leaving group is weak, like fluorine plus Nr3 and plus Sr2, then Hoffman product is major product. So this is basically the major product in this case, according to Hoffman. Please make a star mark at this point. Now see another case. Now see another case for elimination reaction. Another case for elimination reaction. Basically, if reacting base is bulky, so when reacting base, when reacting base is bulky, then what happens? When the reacting base is bulky, for example, reacting base is bulky, for example, tertiary butoxide, so TBuO negative. This is tertiary butoxide. You can also write the structural formula tertiary. This is tertiary and butoxide having O negative charge. Now see, if 3-degree alkyl halide is used, if 3-degree alkyl halide is used like CS3, C, CS3, CS3 and X, and we use tertiary butoxide base. So tertiary butoxide base is basically CS3C, CS3, CS3 and O negative and Na positive. So this is basically bulky base, and also bulky base also there is steric hindrance. So there is also steric hindrance due to large CH3 group. So what happens in this case? In this case, E2 reaction will occur. Elimination will occur. This base will abstract one of the hydrogen, because both three groups are same, CH3, CH3, CH3. You can remove hydrogen from any of the groups. So major product obtained via elimination is CH2 double bond C, CH3 and CH3. So this is the product obtained. This is basically the product obtained. Now see another question related to this. Another question related to this. This is again a very important question. Now you can easily see in this case, when there is a compound like CH3, C, CH3, CH3 and CH2 Cl. This compound is given, and the reaction with the reaction of this compound with alcoholic KOH. Now see what happens. In this case, basically what happens in this case, this is basically 1-degree alkyl halide. So 1-degree alkyl halide, in the first step there is formation of carbocation. So in the first step there is formation of carbocation like this. CH3, CH3, and also positive charge on this carbon atom. Then this is first and this is second. So what happens in the next step? In next step 1 2 methyl shift will occur. Why 1 2 methyl shift? To increase the stability of carbocation. To increase the stability of carbocation. Now positive charge on this carbon atom, and this carbocation becomes, first it is 1 degree carbocation, now it is 3 degree carbocation. Now it is 3 degree carbocation, which is more stable. Now simply remove hydrogen. All hydrogens are same, so you can remove hydrogen from any of the position. So the product obtained is CH2 double bond C, CH3 and CH3. So this is basically the product obtained. So basically remove this group, use this group only as hydrogen, use this group only as hydrogen. So this is basically only hydrogen I'm using there. This is basically hydrogen, so there also it is hydrogen, then it will be 1 2 hydride shift. Now you can see what happens in this case. So this is hydrogen, this is also hydrogen, so this is 1 2 hydride shift, 1 2 hydride shift. So this hydrogen will shift on this carbon atom and 3 degree carbocation is formed, then remove hydrogen, then remove hydrogen. So this is basically the major product. This is basically the major product. Now see another reaction related to elimination, that is dehydrohalogenation reaction. Dehydrohalogenation reaction. Dehydrohalogenation reaction. This is also, D means removal. D means removal. Hydro means removal of hydrogen and halogen. So this is also reaction we call beta elimination. So this is another name of beta elimination reaction. This is another name of beta elimination reaction. So this is again very easy. We have already discussed about the elimination. So we already studied about the elimination reaction, that is E1 and that is E2, two types of elimination. So we have already discussed. Now we are going to discuss some questions on related to elimination. Like this compound is given. This is CH2 and CH. Now the reaction of this compound with aqueous KH. The reaction of this compound with basically use alcoholic KH. So I am giving the reagent which is alcoholic KH. Alcoholic KH. See, so this is basically alcoholic KH. Now see what happens. In the first step, there is formation of carbocation. So in the first step, carbocation is formed, and the formed carbocation is CH2 bear positive charge. Now numbering should be done in this way. The positively charged carbon atom gives number 1 and second carbon, and this is third carbon. Now break the bond between second and third carbon atom. Break the bond between second and third carbon atom and form the bond between first and third carbon atom. So this is basically the case of ring expansion. This is basically the case of ring expansion, and always in ring expansion break bond of C2 and C3 carbon atom and form bond between C1 and C3 carbon atom. So we can say it will be like this. It will be like this. Draw the skeleton. And also this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. After that, positive charge positive charge will come. Positive charge will come on C2 carbon atom. Positive charge will come on C2 carbon atom. So this carbon atom will bear positive charge now after ring expansion. After ring expansion. So we can easily say, when we draw in a well manner, so it will be like this. This is the stable carbocation. So 4-member ring converted into 5-member ring to avoid angle strain. Now hydrogen is present at this position also, and hydrogen is present at this position also. So these two positions are basically equivalent positions. Now remove H plus and form double bond, because this is elimination reaction. Because rate because rate of this reaction is directly proportional to stability of carbocation, and this is related to even mechanism. So the final product obtained is cyclopentene. So this is the case of elimination via even mechanism and through ring expansion. See, one more question related to ring expansion and elimination. So the question is basically, this is 6-member ring, and at this position there is methyl group and there is CH2Cl, and again the reaction in presence of alcoholic KOH. Reaction is also again even mechanism. Now break the bond between this Cl. When you break the bond, so it will be like this. There is positive charge on this carbon atom. This group will remain as it is. Now do the numbering. This is first, and this is second, and this is third. This is first, this is second, and this is third. So break the bond between second and third and form the bond between first and third. Now you can easily see the structure. As you can say, in this case, basically 6-member ring. So most of the people will do the expansion, but 6-member ring will never change into 7-member ring. This is wrong. Never try to expand 6-member ring into 7-member ring. This is unstable. So do not do this step. So this is wrong. This is wrong step. So only thing, because remember the stability order. If 4-member ring, if there is 4-member ring, then out of 4-member ring and 5-member ring, 5-member ring is more stable. Then in 5 and 6-member ring is more stable. But 6-member ring is also more stable than 7-member ring. Please remember, according to angle strain, 4-member ring is less stable than 5-member, and 5-member ring is less stable than 6-member, and 6-member is more stable than the 7-member. So do not do this step. 6 carbon atom, so make 7 carbon. This is wrong. Now see. So only what happens? So carbocation is formed by removal of Cl. Now follow the steps like this. Carbocation will be formed, that is CH2 positive. Now what happens in this case? First of all, this is hydrogen. So 1,2 hydride shift will occur because of rearrangement of carbocation. So we will say 1, 2 hydride shift. 1 comma 2 hydride shift will occur, and 1 degree carbocation will convert into 3 degree carbocation. So 1 degree carbocation rearrange into 3 degree carbocation. Now there is hydrogen. So simply remove hydrogen. When hydrogen is removed, the product obtained will be this one. So this is basically the product obtained, and this is the major product. Why? You can see easily 3 alpha hydrogen there, again 3 alpha hydrogen there, 2 alpha hydrogen there, 2 alpha hydrogen there. So how many? 3 3 6, total 10 alpha hydrogens are there. This is the major product. Now see the stereochemistry in the elimination reaction. What is the stereochemistry? In elimination reaction? Stereochemistry in elimination reaction. So basically, if dextro and levo mixture is present, if dextro and levo means when dextro and levo is present, then it is basically the racemic mixture. So after beta elimination of racemic mixture, after beta elimination of racemic mixture, so beta elimination is basically a type of anti-elimination. Beta elimination is a type of anti-elimination. Now, after anti-elimination or beta elimination of dextro and levo compound, it will form cis geometrical isomer. While, so this is note number 1. Now remember note number 2. If there is a meso compound, and for meso compound, if you do beta elimination, for meso compound beta elimination also called as anti elimination, so after beta elimination, the product obtained is trans isomer. So the trans is also a geometrical isomer. So note these 2 points. In stereochemistry, if dextro and levo form is present, that is racemic mixture, after beta elimination cis product is obtained, while for the meso compound after beta elimination trans is obtained. Now see the questions related to this. So Fisher projection is given. In the question, Fisher projection is given. Fisher projection given like this. This is H and this is also Cl. This is H and this is also Cl, and the above group is CH3 and below group is also CH3. Now you can see there is plane of symmetry. This is basically the plane of symmetry. This is the chiral center and this is also chiral center. So more than one chiral center and one plane of symmetry is also there. So we can say more than one chiral center, also plane of symmetry is also present, more than one chiral center also present. So these two things are basically the identification of a meso compound. These two are basically the identification of meso compound. Now what happens when there is reaction with zinc? When there is reaction with zinc is used for the vicinal chlorine atoms. These two chlorine atoms are basically vicinal chlorine atoms. So when there is a meso compound, when there is a meso compound and with meso compound, this zinc will basically do the beta elimination. This will do basically beta elimination. So the form geometrical isomer obtained will be the trans isomer. So how many carbon atoms are there? 1, 2. So double bond is formed between these two carbon atom, and these two CH3 group will come in trans position. So one of the CH3 group will come in this position, another CH3 group will come in this position. So trans product is obtained. This is basically trans. This is basically trans but 2-ene. So this product is obtained, which is trans but 2-ene. Now see. So we have seen the example of meso. Now we will see the example of racemic mixture. What happens in case of racemic mixture? Now see question related to racemic mixture. See, again Fischer projection is given. This is CS3. This is also CS3, and this is H. This is Br, and this is again Br, and this is H. So this is basically the racemic mixture. This is basically the racemic mixture. Now see what happens. In case of racemic mixture, when there is reaction with zinc and heat, so this again will do the elimination reaction. This again will do the elimination reaction. How? We know when there is a racemic mixture, when there is a racemic mixture, and with racemic mixture, when there is anti-elimination, so it will form the cis isomer. Cis isomer. Now see, these two bromine atoms will be removed, and double bond is formed between these two carbon atom. So double bond is formed between these two carbon atom, and these two CH3 group will be on the same side of plane, will be on the same side of plane, because of which cis isomer is obtained. So this is basically cis isomer of but 2-ene. So cis isomer is obtained from the racemic mixture. So you can easily identify the possibility of racemic mixture. So what isomer is obtained in the racemic mixture, and what isomer is obtained in the meso compound. Now see another possibility. So this is basically the beta elimination reaction. This is basically the beta elimination reactions. Now see some more examples related to elimination. See the questions related to elimination. This is basically CH3, this is Cl, this is Cl, and this is also CH2 and Cl. When we add alcoholic QH along with heat, so elimination will occur. In first step, this Cl will be removed and this hydrogen will be removed. Then in the second step again, this Cl will be removed and this H will be removed. So minus 2 HCl, and triple bond is formed, and triple bond is formed between carbon carbon atoms. Now see the another question related to this. If it is like this, CH3, question is basically this is CH3, on this carbon there is Cl group, on this carbon there is Cl group, and also on this carbon atom there is Cl group, and this is basically the CH3 group, and we are adding alcoholic QH, we are adding alcoholic QH with heat. Now what happens, see, this halogen and this hydrogen will be removed in the first step. Again this halogen and this hydrogen will be removed. So again there is formation of triple bond. Again there is formation of triple bond between the carbon atoms. So this product is obtained. Now see another question related to this. Basically the question is, if compound is given like this, if compound is given like this, so is present on bromine atom is present on solid wedge position. Also bromine atom is present on des position also. And the reaction of this compound, in the reaction of this compound with alcoholic KH, with alcoholic QH. So we know alcoholic KH basically favors E2 reaction. This is reagent specifically for E2 reaction. Now draw the complete structure of this compound, because E2 reaction is also anti-elimination reaction, because E2 reaction is also anti-elimination reaction. This is also called anti-elimination reaction. So now we can see this is anti-elimination reaction. When bromine atom, when bromine atom is present on solid wedge, when bromine atom is present on solid wedge, and this bromine atom is present on des. So with respect to this bromine, because anti-elimination means if bromine is out of plane, then hydrogen must be into the plane. So it will remove the hydrogen which is into the plane. So hydrogen will be removed and bromine will be removed because these two are at anti position. When this bromine is into the plane, then this hydrogen will be outside the plane, and this hydrogen will be outside the plane. So there is also chances of E2 because of anti groups, and there is also chances of E2 because of anti groups. So anti elimination occurs. So how many double bonds are formed? One double bond is formed there and one double bond is formed there. So we can say after alcoholic KH and E2 reaction, which is basically an anti-elimination reaction, the product obtained is double bond at these two positions. Double bond at these two positions. Now see the another question related to the stereochemistry of elimination reaction. The compound is given like this. The compound is given like this on the solid wedge position. On the solid wedge position, on solid wedge position, there is a group which is C6H5. There is a group which is C6H5. While on this position, which is this position means into the plane, at this position Br group is there, and we add alcoholic QH. and we add alcoholic QH. So basically alcoholic QH follow E2 elimination, and E2 elimination we also called anti-elimination. We also call anti-elimination. Now see what happens. Draw the structure again of the same compound. If Br is present at the dash position, means inside the plane. Br is inside the plane. And also when C6H5, when C6H5 is out of plane, then the hydrogen present on this carbon, then the hydrogen present on this carbon must be inside the plane, because this C6H5 group is, this C6H5 group is out of plane, this is out of plane, then hydrogen must be inside the plane. It means this bromine and this hydrogen both are in the same side of plane, but hydrogen and halogen must be at anti position for E2 reaction, must be at anti position for E2 reaction. But in this case hydrogen is inside the plane and bromine is also inside the plane, so there is no E2 reaction. In these two groups E2 reaction will not occur. Now see, with respect to this bromine which is lying inside the plane, at this carbon atom hydrogen can be outside the plane, hydrogen can be outside the plane. Now these two groups, hydrogen is outside the plane and bromine is inside the plane, so these two are basically anti to each other, anti position. Now hydrogen and halogen will be removed and there is formation of double bond. So the product obtained after E2 reaction is double bond is formed there, and this group will remain as it is, which is C6H5. So this is basically the final product. This is basically the final product, which is major product. This is how the reaction takes place. So we have discussed about the E1 and E2 reaction in detail. So we have discussed about E1 and E2 reaction in detail. Now we are going to discuss about the some more reactions. So one of the reaction related to preparation of alkyl halide is basically borodine, which is borodine Huns-Diecker reaction. So this is basically borodine Huns-Diecker reaction. Borodine Huns-Diecker reaction. See, what is borodine Huns-Diecker reaction? In borodine Huns-Diecker reaction, we use silver salt of carboxylic acid. We use silver salt. We use silver salt of carboxylic acid. We use silver salt of carboxylic acid in borodine Huns-Diecker reaction. So silver salt of carboxylic acid is basically Rc double bond O, O and Ag. This is basically the silver salt of carboxylic acid. Now see what happens in this case. When we use silver salt of carboxylic acid in presence of bromine, which is Br2, in presence of CCl4. So bond will break in this way. One electron on this carbon atom, one electron on this carbon atom. So first of all, I am writing the direct product, which is RBr, plus CO2 gas is removed, and the side product obtained is AgBr. So we can say this is basically R free radical, and this is basically after homolytic cleavage, one electron on this, again bond will break from this position also homolytically. So one electron on oxygen atom there, and also there is formation of double bond between carbon oxygen. So these two form will bond, and again there is a Ag free radical. So break bonds in this way. Now Br2 again breaks homolytically. So Br free radical there, and also there Br free radical. So one Br free radical will combine with Ag and form AgBr. Another Br free radical will combine with R group, alkyl group, and form RBr. Now these two electrons of free radical come in between carbon and oxygen, and CO2 gas is obtained. So this is how the mechanism of this reaction. You can also see, so this is in presence of bromine and CCl4. So this can be also used as the preparation of alkyl halide. This can also be used in the preparation of alkyl halide. Now see the some more reactions related to Borodine-Hunsdijker reaction. When we use silver salt of carboxylic acid, that is RCOAg, in presence of Cl2 and CCl4, carbon tetrachloride. Again the bond will break homolytically, one electron on this carbon atom, one electron on this carbon atom, one electron on oxygen atom, and one electron on silver atom. So it will break in this way: R free radical, again carbon free radical, oxygen free radical, and double bond between carbon and oxygen. You can easily see. Now what happens? Ag is also free radical, and bond of Cl2 will break in this way homolytically, one Cl and another Cl free radical. This is Cl free radical and Cl free radical. So this Ag free radical will combine with Cl. One of the product obtained is AgCl. Another product obtained is basically these two electrons come in between carbon and oxygen, and the another product obtained is CO2. While again this R free radical and this Cl free radical, again these two will combine, and when these two will combine it forms RCl. So this is basically again the preparation of alkyl halide by using Borodine-Hunsdijker reaction. Now see what happens in case of iodine. This is important reaction. What happens in case of iodine? This is important. When we use silver salt of carboxylic acid, when we use silver salt of carboxylic acid in presence of I2, in presence of I2 and CCl4, then the major product obtained is ester. So in this case ester product is obtained, because this is basically a slow reaction. So the free radical generated is RCO, O free radical, and again one of the free radical generated is R from this. So this R free radical will combine with O and it form ester. So the major product obtained in case of I2CCl4 is ester. So in this case ester is obtained as the final product. So this is basically the Borodine-Hunsdijker reaction. Now see another method for the preparation of alkyl halide by using tildane. So the next method for the preparation of alkyl halide. Next method for the preparation of alkyl halide from tildane. So we are going to prepare alkyl halide from Tildane. So what is Tildane? Tildane reagent is basically NOCl. This NOCl reagent we call Tildane. Now see what happens. The reaction with ammonia like RNH2. So the reaction of ammonia which is RNH2 with Tildane. Tildane reagent is basically NOCl in this way. NO and Cl. So one of the product obtained when reaction with Tildane is N2 gas. So N2 gas is removed. Another product removed is water. So what are the products obtained when the reaction of 1 degree amine with Tildane? So RCl which is alkyl halide obtained as major product along with N2 gases evolved and byproduct is water. Now see the question asked in IIT. The question asked by IIT regarding Tildane's reagent. The reactant given was CH3, CH2 and C. This is basically this one. CH3, CH2 and NH2. This compound is given and the reaction of this compound will Tilden's reagent. What is Tilden reagent? That is NOCl. Now arrange NOCl in this way, NO and Cl. So N2 gas is released from this position and water is also removed. So N2 gas evolved plus water as side product and the product obtained is CH3, CH2 and Cl. So this is basically the ethyl chloride obtained as product. So this is basically the ethyl chloride obtained. Now we are going to discuss about the chemical reactions. Now we are going to discuss about the chemical reactions. What are the chemical reactions? In chemical reactions, we have already discussed about the nucleophilic substitution reaction. In chemical reactions, we have already discussed in chemical reactions we have already discussed about the nucleophilic substitution reaction. So in chemical reaction we have discussed already about the nucleophilic substitution reaction, yes, and we have discussed about the dehydrogenation reaction. Also we have discussed about the dehydrohalogenation reaction. So we have discussed about nucleophilic substitution reaction. We have discussed about dehydrohalogenation reaction. Now we are going to discuss another chemical properties, that is Wood's reaction. As we have detailed discussion about Wood's reaction in hydrocarbon also. So you can watch the lecture of hydrocarbon also. So you can watch the lecture of hydrocarbon also for Wood's reaction. But I am simply explaining the reaction there. So you can refer Wood's reaction from hydrocarbon chapter. Now see, when there is alkyl halide and the reaction of alkyl halide in presence of sodium and dry ether. in presence of sodium and dry ether. So the mechanism of this reaction will be like this: Na changes into Na plus by the loss of electron. So this is partial negative, this is partial positive. Now this electron will attach to this carbon atom, and this will convert into R free radical. This will convert into R free radical. Now this R free radical will combine with another R free radical, and the product obtained is alkane, which is RR. So this is basically a type of coupling reaction. This is basically a type of coupling reaction, and the mechanism of this reaction is basically free radical mechanism, free radical based mechanism. So we have discussed in detail about the Woods reaction, and also note some points. First point is methane is not obtained from this product. Methane is not prepared by Woods reaction. Methane is not prepared by Woods reaction. And second point, only alkanes with even number of carbon atoms. With alkanes with even number of carbon atoms can be prepared. Alkanes with even number of carbon atoms can be prepared by this method. Now see. So next we are going to discuss about some more reactions which are basically related to the haloarenes. So we are going to discuss about the haloarenes. See what happens in haloarenes. So we are going to discuss about our new topic, that is haloarenes. So what happens in haloarenes? We are going to discuss the compound haloarene is basically benzene with halogen on one of the carbon atom. Now see the preparation. First we are going to discuss about preparation of haloarene. So first we are going to discuss about preparation of chlorobenzene. Preparation of chlorobenzene. Now see, if benzene is given, if benzene is given and the reaction of benzene in presence of Cl2, in presence of Cl2 and anhydrous AlCl3. So we have already discussed the mechanism for this reaction. Now again I am telling you the mechanism for this reaction for revision purpose. So this basically the Cl atom, lone pair of electron on these chlorine atoms. There is lone pair of electron on these chlorine atoms and central atom of aluminium, and central atom of aluminium is vacant. Now this lone pair will be transferred into the vacant orbital of aluminium, and electrophile is generated with this chloronium ion. So this electrophile is generated with the help of Lewis acid. So this electrophile is generated with the help of Lewis acid, and the byproduct is AlCl4 negative. And the byproduct is AlCl4 negative. Now you can see one of the pi bond of benzene will break for a short time. Like there is pi bond, there is also pi bond, there is also pi bond. So with this pi bond break at this position, so short time structure, negative charge on this carbon atom, positive on this carbon atom, and there as it is. Now this electrophile, which is Cl positive, will attack on the this carbon atom, and when it attacks on this carbon atom, it will be like this: positive charge on this carbon atom, and there is pi bond, and there is basically on this carbon atom Cl group, and there is hydrogen group. Now this hydrogen will be removed and bond shift in between these two. So in this way chlorobenzene is obtained. In this way chlorobenzene is obtained. This complex we also call sigma complex. This complex we called sigma complex. You can revise this reaction also from hydrocarbon chapter. I have already discussed the all the mechanisms. I have already discussed all the mechanisms of this reaction in hydrocarbon chapter. You can easily see from there. Now see again what happens basically. Now I am going to discuss some electrophilic substitution reactions related to halogenes. So we are going to discuss about electrophilic electrophilic substitution reaction. Electrophilic substitution reactions related to halogenes. Now see, basically the halogen group, basically the halogen group attach on the benzene having lone pair of electron. So this group can behave as a plus M group, and also this group can behave as minus I, but minus I effect of this group is stronger. Minus I effect of this group is stronger than plus M. So due to lone pair of electron, this group will behave as a ortho para. This group will behave as a ortho para directing group. This group will behave as ortho para directing group, and we know ortho para directing groups. We know ortho para directing groups. Ortho para directing groups increases electron density. Ortho para directing groups increases electron density at ortho and para positions. Ortho and para positions. So this is basically ortho para directing group, and ortho para directing group increases electron density at ortho and para positions. Now see the questions related. So when electron density increases at ortho and para position, so we can see if this is halogen, having lone pair of electron on it at ortho, this is ortho, this is para, and this is para. So this is basically increase in electron density at this position. Increase in electron density at these positions occur. Now see the questions related to this. If question is given like this, like this is chlorobenzene, and we add nitrating mixture. What is nitrating mixture? Nitrating mixture is basically concentrated HNO3 and conc H2SO4 As we know, in this case the electrophile generated is NO2 positive ion. So this is basically the electrophile generated. So the electrophile generated by nitrating mixture is NO2 positive. So this is basically ortho position, this is basically para position, this is basically ortho position. Now this NO2 plus, will attack, at ortho position with respect to Cl, because this is ortho para directing. So NO2 will come at ortho position. Also NO2 will come at para position. So these two products will be obtained after reaction. Now in the same way, see another reaction related to this. If chlorobenzene is given, if chlorobenzene is given, and with chlorobenzene, if you add concentrated H2SO4, so basically in this case the electrophile is SO3. So in this case the electrophile generated is basically SO3. This is electrophilic part. Now again this is ortho para directing groups. So electron density will increase at ortho and para position. Now the electrophile is SO3. After protonation it will convert into sulfonic acid. So with respect to Cl at ortho position, sulfonic acid will be present. Also this is ortho product. Along with ortho product, major para product will also obtain. So SO3H will come at para position also. Now see another question. Another question related to again ortho para directing group. Suppose this is chlorobenzene. We know this is ortho para directing group because electron density increases at ortho and para position. Now when we add CH3 Cl in presence of anhydrous AlCl3, then what happens? CH3Cl, there is lone pair of electron on Cl and there is vacant orbital on aluminium, and there is vacant orbital on aluminium atom. So this electron pair will shift in the vacant orbital of aluminium and electrophile is generated, which is CH3 positive. Now see, so electrophile will attack at ortho and para position. So this is basically the Cl. So electrophile attack at ortho position, and also the electrophile will attack at para position also. At para position also. Now see another question related to this. Another question is, if compound is given like this, a compound is given like this, chlorobenzene, the reaction of this compound with CH3CO double bond O and oxygen, and the reaction in presence of anhydrous AlCl3. Now see what happens. First arrange this product like this: CH3 C double bond O and O, C double bond O and CH3. On this oxygen atom there is lone pair of electron and aluminium having vacant orbital. This is AlCl3. This is lone pair of electron. Now this lone pair of electron will transfer into the vacant orbital. So oxygen will acquire positive charge. So bond will break in this way. So this electrophile is generated. So electrophile generated from this is CH3 C positive and double bond O. Now this again ortho para directing group. This is again ortho para directing group. This is again ortho para directing group. So now what happens in this case? You can easily see this is basically the electrophilic part. Do by yourself what happens at this ortho position. At this ortho position, there will be electron density increases, and also at ortho position, electron density will increase. Now, so this is basically electrophile. So electrophile will attack at ortho position, that is COCH3, and also the electrophile will attack at para position also. So electrophile will attack at para position also, which is COCH3. So this is ortho product, and this is basically the para product. This is basically the ortho product, and this is basically the para product. So these are basically the reactions which we have discussed about the preparation, and also orthopara directing groups regarding haloarenes. So this is really related to concept of arenes. So these questions we have discussed so far. I am giving you some questions, and you people should do these questions related to haloarene. Like if compound is given like bromine, and with bromine, if you are adding nitrating mixture like concentrated HNO3 and concentrated H2SO4, so find the product obtained after this reaction. The another question I am giving you, when we are using bromobenzene, along with CH3COCl along with anhydrous AlCl3, then please identify the product obtained by these reactions. So these questions are basically I am giving to you all people. Do these questions. What are the products obtained after this reaction? Another question I am giving you, when there is a bromobenzene and the reaction of bromobenzene with acetic anhydride, that is CH3CO twice O, in presence of anhydrous AlCl3, the product obtained will be. Do all these questions. These questions are only for you. Now you can easily do these questions. As you know, first question we have already discussed. This is basically the nitrating mixture. This is basically the nitrating mixture. Concentrated HNO3 and concentrated H2SO4 is basically nitrating mixture, and this mixture will provide electrophile which is NO2 plus. Now again, Br is a orthopara directing group. Br is basically orthopara directing group. So electron density will increase at ortho position and para position. So the product obtained, electrophile will attack at ortho position, and also electrophile will attack at the para position. Now see again, you can easily see. First I am doing the mechanism. If a compound is given like this, CH3 C double bond O and Cl, reaction with anhydrous AlCl3. So anhydrous AlCl3. Again there is a vacant orbital on aluminium, and there is lone pair of electron on chlorine atom. Now this lone pair of electron will shift into aluminium, and bond will break from this position. So the electrophile generated after reaction is CH3 C double bond O plus. This electrophile is generated. Now as this Br is basically orthopara directing group, this is orthopara directing group. So electron density increase at ortho and para position. Now this electrophile will attack. Two products are obtained. One is Br with respect to Br, this COCH3 plus with respect to this Br, with respect to this Br, again at para position COCH3 is obtained. Now see another question. See the another question related to this. So the question is basically, this is basically the bromobenzene. Again, this is ortho para dietine group, and at ortho and para position, electron density increases, and the reagent given is, and the reagent given for this reaction is CH3 C double bond O C double bond O CH3 in presence of anhydrous AlCl3. Now see how reaction takes place. As we can see, this is CH3 C double bond O and O, C double bond O and CH3. On this oxygen atom, there is lone pair of electron. This is basically the aluminium having vacant orbital. So this is vacant orbital. Now this is electron rich. It will transfer electron into vacant orbital, and this bond will break in this way. So when bond breaks, it will form the electrophile which is CH3CO positive. It will generate the electrophile which is CH3C double bond O positive. Now this electrophile which is CH3C double bond O positive, this will attack on ortho position. Also this can attack at para position. So two products are obtained basically. One is ortho product which is Br with respect to Br. This is COCH3 at ortho, and the another product obtained is Br and COCH3 will be obtained now at this is basically COCH3 will be obtained at para product. And remember one note, generally para product, generally not always, generally para product is more stable. Generally para product is more stable, not always, but generally para product is more stable because para form is more symmetrical. Because para form is more symmetrical. Because para form is more symmetrical and para form is more symmetrical and fits better. Para form is more symmetrical and fits better into its lattice structure. Fits better into its lattice structure, except in the cases of hydrogen bonding. Except in the cases of hydrogen bonding. So there are some possibilities in which case of ortho product there is chances of hydrogen bonding. So today we have detailed discussion about the aryl halides. So in the next lecture we will discuss about our new topic. So in next lecture we will discuss about our new topic, that is nucleophilic substitution. That is nucleophilic. So our new topic will be, that is nucleophilic substitution reaction in aryl halide. So in next lecture we will discuss about the nucleophilic substitution reaction in aryl halides. What is aryl halide? You can easily see aryl halide is basically this compound. This is the resonance double bonded carbon atom. This is halogen atom, lone pair of electron on this chlorine. As this is basically a conjugated system, as this is basically a conjugated system. So basically in the conjugated system, in this case there is a conjugated system. So when this electron pair donated, so there is partial double bond character develops. So we can say partial double bond character, partial double bond character develops, partial double bond character develops between between carbon between carbon atom and chlorine atom. Therefore we can say therefore we can say nucleophilic substitution reaction. Therefore we can say nucleophilic substitution reaction in aryl halides is difficult. Nucleophilic substitution reaction in case of aryl halides is difficult. So under drastic condition reaction will occur. Under drastic conditions reaction will occur, which we will study. So why drastic condition? So reaction occurs in drastic conditions due to partial double bond character, due to partial double bond character, due to partial double bond character between carbon and halogen. So please remember this, all the things. Rest we will discuss in our next lecture.